Check, 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 check. Check, check. We are live. We are live. Ooh, I'm loud. Check, 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 check. Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? What is going on? It's your girl, Jay. Welcome back to the show. This is my channel, JSpotNetwork. You are watching JSpot Live. It is Friday night, and we are live. That's right. I literally just got through eating dinner. Hopefully, I don't have anything in my teeth. I will run and check in a little bit, but I just wanted to say hello. Welcome to the show. Hope everyone is doing well. It is Friday. There's some games on tonight. And I'm trying to make this a little quickie one because there's a game. Does it come on at 9 or 8? Where we at? There's a game at 9. So, yeah, we'll be done well before that. But, you know, the show must go on. I know it's games going on. The show must go on. Oh, what's up, Kyra? Kyra's in the house. Let me see. What's going on? As people are trickling in, I know it's a different time. Games are on. People are streaming. Things are going on. But whoever catches this live, jump in the chat. Say what's up. Let's have some conversations. Those of you that are part of the replay gang, don't forget, still give me the likes. Don't forget to comment and share as well. So, I feel like my lips are ashy. So hold on. I gotta get right for the show. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get started. When we get the talkative folks in the chat, we'll break for comments. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and start the show. We're gonna start with, I don't have graphics today for the games that were played last week, but so we're gonna pull up the whole old handy dandy WNBA.com and quickly go through games that came on last week. So these are games that went on from, let's see, July. Oh, we didn't have one July 4th. That's right. July 5th through yesterday, which would have been July 10th. And just in case anybody is live with me right now watching the game, Atlanta is leading Indiana 45-40. It is halftime. All right, so I'm going to share my screen so we can all look at this together. And boom, let's get to it. All right, there we go. You should be able to see it even though my logo is big. Hold on, let me see if I can why the logo so big? Make it a little bit smaller while we're watching it. Boom. All right, so looking at the games from last week, we had LA versus Indiana. As you can see, LA beat Indiana. Is that right? LA beat Indiana 89-87. Let's see. For Indiana, top performers, Aaliyah Boston, 23 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. Natasha Howard, 21 points, 9 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell, 19 points. Didn't get anything else other than 3 threes. I don't think City was not playing in that game. Las Vegas. I always do that. The Sparks had top performer was Azare Stevens, had 21 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. She was 50% from the field. She's been hitting threes like crazy, but we talked about that last week. She hit 3 threes. Kelsey Plum, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Hamby De'Erica had 18 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. And Rakia Jackson came in with 15 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. And she was 50% from the field. Rakia did her thing that game. And then we had the Valks took on Minnesota. Now, the Valks have been on a roll, but they lost to Minnesota 71-82. Top performers on Golden State, you had Tip Hayes had 23 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Kayla Thornton, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. And you had Talbot had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. For Minnesota, no surprise, Queen Fee led all scorers, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Courtney Williams, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Kayla McBride, 12 points, 3 assists. And that was it for them. Then we had Sunday, July 6th, we had New York taking on Seattle. And Seattle did win 79-70. Now, New York has kind of been struggling a little bit without JJ. A lot of people, I think, kind of take for granted what JJ does on the team. I know I have before. I'm like, she's in the game, but she's in foul trouble a lot. So is she really as effective as, I think she should be, or that I see she is? But having her not in the game, you can really see where she is needed and where she would benefit the team. So shout out to JJ for, we'll see what happens when she comes back, but she kind of feels like the MVP of that team because they've been struggling, like I said, without her there. But Seattle did win 79-70. Top performers on New York, Sabrina had 22 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Natasha Cloud, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. And that was it. Nobody else scored in double digits. The next person was Stewie and Rebecca Gardner, both with 8. Then we go on to Seattle. Nobody got into the 20s, but it was well-rounded. You had Gabby Williams leading, 16.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. You had Nneka with 15 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. You had Ezzy with 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And then you had Skylar with 13 points, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. And, then we had Dominique. Dominique had herself a little game. 11 points, 8 rebounds in that game against New York, 71% from the field. So shout out to the Rook. Then we had our Aces take on Connecticut. We don't have to go into depth about what's going on with the Aces. We've already had that conversation. Oh, Kyra, I am not going to the All-Star game. Will not be there. Maybe next year. Hey, Quita, thank you for popping in. I appreciate you. I know you're a busy lady. Thanks for showing up and saying hello, watching the Fever versus Dream. Yeah, it is halftime right now, so we'll see what's going on. Fever's been a topic of conversation with some folks, so I'm interested to see how the game ends this evening. But thank you for coming through, Quita, as always. And if y'all are not, whoever's watching, I'm sure y'all are. I don't need to tell y'all. Go and give a sub to Quita. She's amazing. She is taking over the internet by storm. If you haven't been over there, go check her out. Very professional. Opposite of what I do over here. Super opposite. Anyway, we had Vegas versus Connecticut. And like I said, Vegas, now, I was going to say if Vegas couldn't beat Connecticut, there's going to be some problem. But we know Connecticut just gave somebody a whooping not too long ago. So I don't, you can't really put anything past any team in the W. It can be the worst team and you can still get it. Like they can still, put it on you. So thank goodness they didn't. And Las Vegas did win 86-68. Top performers on Connecticut was my girl, Anissa Morrow. She continues to shine on that team. Even though they're having issues, she's getting better every single day. 12 points, 3 rebounds. She didn't have a great shooting night, but she's getting there. Tina Charles, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And then Sanaya Rivers, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. And then for Vegas, we had Asia had 19 points, 3 rebounds. Dana Evans, 18 points, 4 rebounds. Dana said, y'all, I heard y'all talking about me. Dana and Dana fans said, I heard y'all had something to say. But she had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. And Jackie Young, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Nalissa Smith, new to the Aces, came in with a double-double. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. I feel like Nalissa is a great addition to the Aces, despite what some people might have thought or may say. I think as she continues to grow with this team, I think she is surrounded by so much support with this team. This team atmosphere usually it feels like a family as far as what I can see. I think they bring people in, they support them, they love on them. Asia is very, very intentional about taking care of her younger players, her rookies or newer players or whatever. So I think it's a good environment for Nalissa. And I think she's gonna thrive there. And that's all that is gonna do is help Asia take some pressure off of her, because she's been carrying the team. And now, I mean, we know she did injure her wrist. I think it's a sprain, but we don't know when she's going to be able to play again. But it helps to know that we got somebody that can alleviate some of that pressure when she does, whenever she does come back to the game. Then we had my Chicago Sky taking on Minnesota. Oh my goodness, this was a game that was very winnable, very winnable. Like we were hanging with them. But it wasn't enough at the end of the game. I'm trying to remember what happened during this game. It's not really coming to mind 100% of how we actually lost the game. This is the game where Rachel hit a bunch of threes. I'm trying to think. What else was going on in this game? I can't really remember. I know we didn't have Camilla. I don't remember exactly what happened. I know the Washington game, we kind of got robbed. I feel like we got robbed. Washington game. Minnesota, I think they're Minnesota, and they just, they stick with it. And we were there. We were close. We just didn't make it. But on Chicago, we had Big Mama Rach had 20 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. She did hit those 6 3-pointers. Angel had 16 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists, 43.8% from the field. The girl is doing great on that field goal percentage. Will, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. And Mick had 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. And Ariel Atkins, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. Great team effort. I feel like this was a game. I can't remember how exactly we lost the game. I think we could have won the game, but something prevented that. Probably us turning. Let me see how many turnovers we had, because we turned over the ball. We had 13 turnovers, and I'm sure Minnesota had 8. So there we go. Also, was this the game where we didn't really go to the line? Nah. We had 10. We went to the line 13. Nope. Let me see. We went to the line 8 times, whereas Minnesota went to the line 17 times. So yeah, I think, okay, now I remember. This was the press conference where Angel was like, I'm pissed off. I'm tired of talking about it. Queen says, at this point, doesn't Nalissa have more points than Kia this season with the Aces just after a couple of games? This move was good for Nalissa, especially with Asia getting hurt. Yes, it was. I mean, Kia, oh, my poor Kia. Kia averages like 2.2 points. That's her career average. is about two something points, which is real crazy. Let me not lie on this girl. Let me look this up because I don't want to lie on the girl. But I believe when I was doing some research earlier before the season start, I was looking at career points, and I feel like Kia did not. I know right now she's averaging 2 points. I don't want to say nothing about the girl that's not true. So let me look it up because I want to be fair. That is somebody on my team. Come on now. Let's see. Career. There we go. Career points. Oh, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. Her career points are 3.5. 3.5 career points. There was 1 year in 2016 where she averaged 6.9 points. Everything else is below that. So I stand corrected, is more than 2 points. But at the same time, yeah, Nalissa being there has already scored more than Kia probably ever will. My hope is that Kia might have a hot game, but it ain't happened. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but yes, Nalissa is good on that team. Let's just leave it at that. I'm not going to roast one of my players, but Kia, sometimes you be killing us. Minnesota. So Minnesota, I don't know if I said the score. Chicago lost 75-80. Minnesota had Courtney Williams with 25 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Fee had 21 points, 7 rebounds. Kayla McBride, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. And Diamond Miller, who I'm very happy that she's getting some looks. She's been on the court performing after her injury last season. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. That girl's been playing. So shout out to Diamond Miller. But yeah, Minnesota did beat us. My dog is starting. What do you want? You just came in from outside. Can I finish? Can I do the show? Please? We might have to take a pause because I think my dog need to go back out. Then we're going to go on to Monday's games. We had 2 games. It was Golden State Valkyries versus Atlanta Dream. And looky, Atlanta Dream beat the Golden State Valkyries, handing them their second straight loss. They beat them 90-81. Some of the top performers on the Valks, you have Monique Billings leading the team, 19.6 rebounds. Kayla Horton, 15.6 rebounds, 3 assists. Tip Hayes, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Victoria, I always want to say Vivian Burton because that's my aunt's name, but it's not Vivian Burton, it's Victoria. If I'm not mistaken, Victoria Burton. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. And then K Money Martin, 11 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal on that team. Atlanta, Alicia Gray has something to say. 24 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, led all scores. Naz Hillman had a good game. 16 points, 6 rebounds. Is this the game where she hit all those threes? She hit 4 threes in the game. Ryan Howard had 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And we had Bree Jones, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. And BG came in with 11 points, 5 rebounds. So a little bit too much for the Valks. And I'm noticing Valks don't play as well. They play well. They don't play as well when they're not at home. Obviously, if you guys have ever watched the Valks play at home, they have one of the best home crowds in the WNBA. I think they broke records for the amount of attendance at that game, and every game, not just certain teams come to play. Like, they show up and they show out and they're loud. And if you're the opposing team and you're trying to play and they start heating up and the way that crowd is going, it could be very distracting for opposing teams. And I think that energy of the crowd just helps them, carry them through games. So yeah, they don't play as well. At least from what I've been seeing, they don't play as well when they're not at home. So if they go into playoffs, hopefully they have the higher seed and they can have home court advantage. I think it's gonna be very beneficial to them. And then the next game was Dallas Wings against Phoenix. Woo, woo. Last time Dallas played Phoenix, we know what happened. The rookies had something to say, and they ran through Phoenix pretty bad. Put them on skates pretty bad. But this time, Phoenix said, "You thought." I know you thought, but no. 102-72. Geez, 30 points. 30-point win over Dallas. And even though we had JJ Quinterly with 18 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, Zaza James, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, Paige Becker, 3 assists, 1 block, Maisha Hines-Allen, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Wasn't enough. Sammy Whitcomb, I told y'all, I don't know if I told y'all on here or if I told y'all on one of my pop-up lives where I'm just like in my house or in the car or something like that. Sammy Whitcomb is a problem. She's a whole problem. This lady came in, if I'm not mistaken, is this the game? I think she scored 22 points in the first half. I want to say this is the game. I can't remember. I'm going to have to go to a different app to look at that. But she hit 7 3-pointers. She had 36 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Kay Williams had 17 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. AT had 15 points, triple-double watch, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists. She hit that triple-dub, 2 steals, 62% from the field. Westbelt, Catherine Westbelt, which is Maddie Westbelt's older sister, but both of them are rookies. 14 points, 4 rebounds to round that out. But yeah, Sammy came in. She was on video game mode. I don't know what her deal was, but she said, "Okay, Dallas wanted to hang with us, so let's bring out the big guns and we gonna play." And that was crazy. I was just like, this lady's hitting everything. Are you serious? Crazy. But yeah, 30-point loss to Phoenix. Then we had the next games on Tuesday. We had Chicago versus Washington. This game was so heartbreaking because we had this game. We had this game in the bag. There was no reason why we should have lost that, but it was 2 questionable calls that down the stretch that messed us up. There were 2 calls that they called against us as fouls that weren't fouls. We didn't have a way to challenge it. Wasn't anything we could do. But it caused a win at the free throw line from Shakira Austin, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just unfortunate because we played a really good game. We were hanging with them. Everything was good. We were leading them. Washington's really good at, being the comeback kids. They can get to the line, but those last 2 foul calls were not fouls. It was Elizabeth Williams literally had all ball. There was no reason at all why that should have been called a foul. She ended up going to the line, hitting both her free throws and winning the game. So fortunate, super tough to watch because again, we've been losing some close ones, some ones that could have been wins for us, but almost doesn't count, right? So on Chicago, we had Angel Reese, 22 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. She was 55.6 from the field. I don't know if y'all heard me. 55.6 from the field. E. Will had 20 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Rachel Banham, Big Mama Rach, had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Ariel Atkins had 11 points and 5 assists. That brought up everybody on that team in double digits. And then Washington, we had Shakira Austin, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Sonia Citron, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Kiki Iriafin, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. Brittany Sykes Slim had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Such a tough break for my Chicago Sky. And then, I mean, look, Skates is we ride together. If one lose, the other one's definitely probably gonna lose. So Aces went up against New York again. We were hanging with them. Again, almost doesn't count. We did lose the game 78-87. For us, we had Jackie Young with 19 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Dana Evans, another big night for her, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Nalissa Smith, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Chelsea Gray, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And then Jewel Lloyd with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. KB also gave us, I think she hit 3 threes, if I'm not mistaken. No, she hit 1 3, and then she hit some regular shots, but she gave us 9 points. Asia, is this the game where she got hurt? Yep, this is the game where she got hurt. She only scored 2 points, but she had only scored 2 points most of the game. Like, she had played most of the game, not most of the game, most of the half, before she got hurt. And yeah, I think that not broke a record, but she's never scored 2 points in a half of basketball. Oops, ever. So, that was that. Now I gotta go find my spot because I wonder if it took it off. No, y'all still see that same thing. Hold on. Sorry, I hit the button and it went way back. Or way forward. Hold on. If y'all are wondering, right now it is 65-66, Indiana by 1 point with 1:24 left in the third quarter. So on New York Liberty, we had Sabrina with 28 points, rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Stewie, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Phoebish, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Kennedy Burke, 10 points. Maureen Johannes, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. How many threes she hit? She only hit 1 3 because, you know, Maureen, she'll shoot threes from the bench. Y'all already heard me talk about that. Then on Wednesday, we had a lot of games. We had some camp games, if I'm not mistaken, some early games. We had Connecticut versus Seattle, and Connecticut gave Seattle the business. This was a very exciting game. It was super close the whole entire game up until like the last couple minutes. And Connecticut, Tina Charles was determined to get to literally win that game. Like, she was not playing games with them. She really helped the team get over what, like, it was just neck and neck, and you just knew Seattle was going to like take over. No, Connecticut was doing this thing. Nice, even though she didn't score a lot, Nice came in deflecting balls, getting steals, getting blocks, making the shots when we needed it. Like, I was so happy for Anissa. But, you know, Sanaya Rivers did her thing. JC Shelton gave us threes when we needed. Bria Hartley was shooting the lights out. Very, very exciting game. Tina Charles, let me see. Seattle had Skylar Diggins with 23 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. Gabby Williams, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Ezzy, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. NECA, 12 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Erica Wheeler with 10 points, 1 rebound, 7 assists, 1 steal. You think that would be enough to take out Connecticut, but no, ma'am, no, sir. Tina Charles said, I think she scored at least like close to the last 5 to 7 points. And it was like a couple of those were just like back to back. Tina Charles, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 1 block. JC Sheldon, 16 points, rebounds. Bria Hartley, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Sanaya Rivers, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. And I love me some Niece. So I just got to say, he's had 6 points, 7 rebounds, 1 block. She had 2 blocks, but they only gave her credit for 1. But shout out to Big Niece the Beast, for just her presence being in the game really like set things off. Tulip is in the house. What's going on, Tulip? Hit that like button, chat. Yes. Hit that like button, y'all. Then we had the Valks taking on Indiana. This was Caitlin's first game back from injury. And yeah, they got beat. They got beat by a lot, by 19 points. At Indiana, if I'm not mistaken, I was just talking about how Golden State doesn't play that well on the road, and they play very well in Indiana. Indiana was led by Kelsey Mitchell with 12 points, 3 rebounds. Caitlin had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Timpson had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Wasn't enough though. And here's the crazy thing. Golden State only had 2 people in double figures. You had Burton with 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and Kayla Thornton with 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. But everybody else that played scored. Everybody else that played had an impact in the game, some way, some shape, some form, whether on offense or defense. Everybody got to eat on Golden State, and they ran through Indiana 80-61. Then we had Phoenix playing Minnesota. Phoenix won 79-71. Phoenix is on a roll. Minnesota had 21. Courtney Williams, 21.6 rebounds, 5 assists. Collier. Fee had 18.7 rebounds, 2 assists. Bridget Carlton had 10 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. But Phoenix, AT. Oof. AT ate. She ate that game. 29 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. She went on her own little run, just like I was talking about what Tina Charles did in Connecticut. AT was like, look, AT had her girl there. DeWanna Bonner, that was her first game there with Phoenix. AT was feeling real good. She was running through everything. So they weren't going to lose this game. Akoa Makani had 13 points, 4 assists. Sammy Whitcomb, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Everybody else that played scored. DeWanna Bonner had 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Her shot was a little off at 33%, but she was very happy. I don't know if y'all saw the game, but at the end of the game, she literally like just collapsed on herself and was just like crying because she's so happy. It means a lot, probably to be with her wife, or I don't know if they're married, girlfriend or whatever, but her long time